Hey team, wanted to make another book club video. This one is called The Fate of Mercy Alban, and this one was another one I wasn't sure. For some reason I've not been reading the back, so I like glanced over it and I was like, oh yeah, no, this sounds good. This sounds good. And but it was kind of like a scary movie, but it was a book, but it wasn't anything that was like seriously like grotesque. There's not there wasn't a lot of blood and gore. It was just a little bit of psychosis that was paired with murders, but we didn't know about it, and they didn't go into a gross amount of detail. But it had themes of witchcraft and lore and heritage and longevity in that heritage, where you come from, and it was about a mansion in an affluent family in a community. It takes place in Minnesota, and I am from Minnesota, so I thought that was great. It reminded me actually of Congdon House up in Duluth, and talked about the North Shore and or not the North Shore, but the Lake Shore, and going down to the Lake Shore and a big mansion. But you're gonna find a few different large mansions and iron ore wealth, so that's not, but I thought it was interesting anyway, just because I have done the tours of Lake Congdon, and I've done a tour over in Superior, Wisconsin, of another mansion, and there are just a number of large mansions and beautiful, gorgeous houses in Duluth in general, but anyway, so this one was interesting because it was this big mystery, what exactly the drama was. We didn't understand why. It was a convoluted tale, because the grandmother, it was a mother, because the mother and grandmother, there was a grandkid in it as well, died, and then and so we were trying to figure out their story, because there was a drama there. We found out that the mother was actually in love with some other guy, not the father figure. That was the affluent man. So then we had to find out about that guy. And then an obscure aunt showed up who was not in a healthy state of mind, and so they were taking care of her. And then all sorts of things happened, and so they had to kind of unwind this plot of what the relationships actually were, where they stood, and the family dynamics of was there a baby, why did they get married, who, what happened, and because people were disappearing, people were dying, and like the brothers died and the dad died, and and that happens. I know I'm not telling you which brother is which dad. There are there are a couple of different characters in here, but those aren't really spoilers. That, because it's just like taken. I think that's one of the things. Everything with this book is everything's just kind of taken as it comes, and then so that's kind of the tempo of the book is, and then this, and now this, and so I thought it was interesting. I like stories about families, and I like they had secret passages, mansions, and I like the mystery element of it, and there were some happy elements in this one. I shipped the romance. I think most of the romances, but there was there was something that I didn't much care for, and that was that there was a spurned woman who was in love with someone else's husband, and she became jealous, and that's why she became this woman, who she became, and so I'm trying so hard not to spoil things, but that's why she became who she became. And so, and that's like a common one. So I wasn't like off put, but I was still like a little bit annoyed, just because I feel like flipping the script is a good way to go in that, just because you know, women already feel a lot of pressure to not be single. I'm a single woman, so so women do feel a lot of pressure not to be single for a lot of their adult life, and I feel like we don't need more stigma associated with you know, spurned relationships, with things not going, you know, well in that regard. And I just feel like but it, I mean, yeah, you can see it, but there were also some supernatural themes there, so that could have amped up but I'd like to flip the script on this one a little bit, so it's not a jealous sister plot. I just feel like we could go in a different direction, and I would appreciate the story more. So, but that, of course, is just me, and I am a single woman. So, but I just feel like single women take a lot of flack, and they do not get enough respect. And I will say a holler, and you know, some people can wear it well, and some people are honest, and they can talk about being lonely and things like that, and and then some people say that's for attention, and then I'm kind of keeping tabs on different reactions of people, just because you know, I just feel like there is a stigma, and people like to use their relationship as their power source, and sometimes they kind of throw it in your face. So I just feel like I would like to see this written differently. And so maybe I can write some fan fiction, or I can write a different novel inspired by this one. That's, of course, completely different, but and it would just be a mansion. Ooh, I could make it a love story, because this one also, but I liked the love stories in this one, but they're also very much just a part of the tempo, just kind of accepted and continue. So there was nothing, this one, it actually didn't seem that dramatic, whereas a recent book that I read was very, very dramatic. So good. That is this one. We'll talk later. Bye.